Welcome to Vishwaguru India. July 11th has been observed as the World Population Day ever since 1989, after the global population crossed the 5 billion mark. The global population today stands at around 8.1 billion, with India standing tall as the most populous nation with 1.44 billion people, and China finishing a close second. This implies that 1 out of every 6 human beings on this planet live in this heavenly piece of land which stretches from the Himalayas to the end of the Indian peninsula. In the year 1997, India had crossed the 100 crore people mark, becoming home to over 1 billion people, overcoming all the predictions of a failed state. Now let us analyze the changes in the past 27 years that led to the creation of today's India. Changes in India. Fertility. The population has grown by 44%, increasing from 100 crores to 144 crores of people. But the annual growth rate of population has fallen sharply, from above 2% to below 1%. This is because of the reduction of the total fertility rate, TFR, which stands for the number of births per woman, which has fallen from 3.4 to 2, below the replacement level of 2.1. Mortality. The average lifespan of an Indian has increased from 61 to 70, with a significant drop in mortality rates. According to the census of 2011, the elderly population in India accounted to about 8.6% of the total population and is projected to rise to about 19.5% by 2050, making it 1 out of every 5 people as old. Migration. The population today is more centered around the urban areas, with a future estimation of about 2/3 of the population moving to urban areas by 2030. A study estimates that 60 crore Indians migrate within the country and about 2 crore Indians migrate abroad annually. Currently, it is very clear that the cities are the drivers of the global economy and the GDP ahead, as around 600 urban centers make up for 60% of the entire GDP of the world. Unfortunately, not a single Indian city features in the list of the top 50 under the Global Cities Index, the best ranked being Delhi at a position of 350 out of 1000 top cities, mainly due to our poor environment and poor quality of life. Health. Health is the one sector where our progress has been remarkable. The maternal mortality rate has decreased from 384 in 2000 to 103 per every 1 lakh live births in 2020. And the infant mortality rates have also decreased from 67 in 2000 to 25 in every 1000 live births in 2021. Hunger and nutrition. India became self-sufficient in crop production because of the immense help of the Green Revolution. And ever since, we have been able to decrease the proportion of population which has been hungry from 18.3% in 2000 to 16.6% in 2020. However, India's nutrition picture is not completely rosy. We contribute to 1 out of every 3 malnutritioned children across the globe. Also, our ranking in the Global Hunger Index 2023 was at 111 out of 125 countries, showing the sorry state of this very sector which is completely ridden in crisis. Poverty. Indians living below the multidimensional poverty line reduced from 43% to 11%, saving almost 41.5 crore people from poverty. The problem here lies in the distribution of these poor people. Just 4 states, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and Jharkhand, account for 83% of the total number of people below the poverty line in our country, even though they have only 34% of India's total population. Income distribution. The per capita GDP of Indians grew over 6-folds, from $400 to $2,400 in today's world. But reports state that the top 10% of our population holds 77% of the national wealth, which results in a completely skewed development. Absolute growth in GDP numbers holds very little relevance when the top 1% of our country holds almost 40% of the total national wealth. Women's health and rights. The theme of this year's World Population Day is women's sexual and reproductive health and reproductive rights. It is extremely disappointing to hear that around 800 women give up their lives every single day due to preventable causes relating to pregnancy and childbirth, a disproportionate share occurring in developing countries. Our country has a median age of 28 years and a clearly increasing population of elderly people and young children. This results in the burden of care directly landing on the laps of women who are not able to make more free time to prepare themselves and participate in paid work. Climate change. The OECD countries, which stands for Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, with a per capita income of $40,000 and a total population of around 1.39 billion people, spend about $55.6 trillion worth of natural resources and manufactured goods every year. In comparison, India, with a per capita income $2,400 and a total population of 1.44 billion, spend around $3.5 trillion worth of natural resources and manufactured goods. This implies that the OECD countries, with a population almost comparable to that of India's, consumes around 16 times that of India's total consumption. This has been a major cause of global warming, adversely affecting the poor in developing countries more severely in comparison to the developed countries who have access to good housing and civic amenities. So this clearly shows that it is the welfare of the average citizen that matters most and not the population at the macro level. We need to seriously prepare the youngest workforce for the global labor market. It is believed that 21st century belongs to India, but this can only come true with extreme dedication and preparing ourselves for the ever-evolving needs of the global economy. The world should count on us as much as we count on ourselves. Jai Hind.